Hi there. Thanks for joining us here at the People's Mission. Let's take our Bibles and read from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7. But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. I'm not sure about you, but I've discovered the secret to avoiding disappointments in life. What is that secret? It's staying in my house, locking the doors, closing the curtains, turning my mobile phone onto silent. It's avoiding spending time with other people and withdrawing from life altogether. But the reality is that's actually a very disappointing way to live, isn't it? The reality is disappointments in life are an inevitable part of life. Perhaps you've worked really hard at that project at school, but you didn't get the grade you were hoping for. Perhaps you went in for that job interview that you really wanted only to receive the feedback at the end of the process. Thanks, but we're going to go with somebody else. Perhaps the local church that you've been attending has disappointed you. Perhaps a friend has let you down. Maybe something has happened entirely outside of your control. And because it's happened, everything is going to get worse instead of getting better. Even if someone or something doesn't disappoint us, the reality in life is that we are messy, we are broken people, and we will end up disappointing ourselves more often than not. I shouldn't have said what I said. I shouldn't have done what I did. I know better than that. But while disappointments are an unavoidable part of life, discouragement, however, isn't. Discouragement can be avoided. You see, don't let disappointments discourage you. It's a fairly common for one negative thought to then trigger other negative thoughts, and discouragement is one of those things. And if we don't manage that, it'll soon turn into a tidal wave that will take us out. Instead, turn disappointments into prayer points. Don't sit and commiserate with yourself. Talk with God. Firstly, talk with God, who is always at work in our life in small, subtle ways and who wants the very best for us. And secondly, spend time reading the Bible, which is God's word given to us. It's a light to our feet and a lamp to our path. It will show us how best to handle our emotions without being discouraged, without succumbing to discouragement. A great character study, if you're interested, is the life of Joseph in the Old Testament. And thirdly, fight against discouragement by reminding yourself of the little things in each passing moment given by God that we can be thankful for. The Apostle Paul wrote many letters in the New Testament, and in each of them, time and time again, the Apostle Paul would share with the early church the hard facts of life, that things don't always go according to our plan, that there are going to be great blessings in life, but there's also going to be great discouragement as well. We will be misunderstood. We will be rejected. We will be ridiculed. Things will just be difficult. But in the face of disappointments, whatever they might be, don't be discouraged. Instead, have hope in God, who has guided you from the past into the present and who will take you from the present into the future with his blessing, and he will give you joy and comfort and peace in the process. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, we've just read it a few moments ago. The Apostle Paul writes these words: "We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." I wonder if you've ever heard the expression, "got grit." We would say it growing up, that he's got grit or she's got grit, and it simply means that that person doesn't give up, that that person has perseverance in the face of difficulty. They have passion, they have resilience in the face of obstacles and setbacks. They are persevering, they are pressing on with God's strength and with God's guidance. That definitely summarizes God grit. It summarizes the Apostle Paul's attitude and outlook in life. In fact, those words that the Apostle Paul wrote in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, they would be later be put to a worship song. I remember singing in my youth when I was attending youth rallies and youth meetings and conventions. We would sing the words of that worship song. Perhaps you've heard it before. I am pressed but not crushed, persecuted but not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed. I'm blessed beyond the curse, and his promise will endure, and his joy's going to be my strength. Though the sorrow may last for the night, his joy comes with the morning.